So in order to determine the rate of change or the slope from the table, remember we need the slope formula, or what is this changing by? y2 minus y1. So 200 subtract 230. Or 140 subtract 170. What are we going down by every time? We're going down by 30. And what about in our time? 2.5 minus 2. What are we going up by here? We're going up by 0.5 every time. So negative 30 divided by 0.5. Type that into your calculator. We get negative 60. So what does that mean? That means that Travis and Roy, they're driving 60 miles per hour. So in question 9, the second part, we have a competing shipping company. We don't know who it is. Let's say it's Amazon. And they say that they're faster. Well, you need to calculate the slope from their graph and then interpret it as well. But be careful. We're going up by 50 here. So when we were first looking at graphs and slopes and rise over runs, a lot of the examples in the book and on the homework were down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. But now when we're talking about story problems, each box is worth a whole lot more. So each box here is worth 50, right? So I'm going down 50 numbers, or down 50 miles, over from 0 to 1, that's 1. From 1 to 2, that's 1. So my slope here is a negative 50. So that means that they are driving 50 miles per hour. So now you, on your own, you can answer question 10. If they both leave the farm at the same time and head to Dallas, they're both driving the same distance, 350 miles. They both leave at the same time. Who's going to get there faster? Okay, then these next questions, you're writing an equation for Travis and Roy and this competing shipping company. So you're writing them in y equals mx plus b. You know the slopes for both of them because you calculated it in question 8a and 9a. So my slope for Travis and Roy was negative 60. My slope for this competing company was a negative 50. And what is the y-intercept of the graph here? Where your line touches your y-axis, where do you start? It's at 350. So your y-intercept here is 350. Now, I can't look at my table and find my y-intercept because I don't have a time 0. But what I can do is remember back to my directions. It's 350 miles away. So Travis and Roy also have the exact same y-intercept. It's also 350 miles away. So 11b, determine how long it takes each company to drive from the farm to the plant in Dallas. Well, we can look at the graph for the competing shipping company because that would be my total hours on my x-axis. That would be my x-intercept. So go ahead and take a look here. Where do we end? How many hours is that? 7. So the answer for this one is 7 hours.
Please release freshmen.
If I look at my table, though, for Travis and Roy, I don't know, because after 3.5 hours, there's still 140 miles left to go. So we need to do some math here. So if I plug in a 0, that means they've reached their destination, they're at Dallas, and I want you to take this equation and solve for x. So how do you get negative 60x alone? First, use your calculator. It's okay if you get a decimal. Remember, they're driving faster, so you should get something smaller than 7. You can do it.